Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna try to give y'all a quick little rundown on how I swapped seats into my 093 valve. These seats are actually off of a 2011 GT500. So you can tell I don't like two-up badge, but we'll get to that later. I just kind of hated my old cloth seats because this car is a base model. So let's start with the swap. It's just 4 bolts, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and you gotta disconnect the harness and it just pops right out. I know the seats are already in here, so I can't give you an accurate representation on how I did it, but just follow the guide. Trust me, it doesn't take longer than an hour to do. 2 hours by yourself, an hour with somebody else. Maybe you can even do it in an hour after you watch this video. So as long as I can help somebody, that's all I really care about. So you take off the seat. For sakes of argument, let's say I have both passenger seats right here. Let's say this is the new seat, this is my old seat. So first things first, you got to open it up from the side. So you take this little lever off, which is being held in there by a little seat clamp, as you can tell in this little gap. If your lever is always falling off and ending up on the floor and you're wondering why, it's because it doesn't have a seat clamp here, because this seat was actually doing the exact same thing. So take this off. Secondly, you pop this out, just a bunch of pins in there holding it in place. Try not to break them. If you break them, well, if you have 2 of the same seats, these parts are interchangeable. 05 to 2014, it's the exact same piece, so you're gonna lock out. So after that, there's 4 little levers, I guess you could say, that are retaining the seat in there. One here, second one down here in the bottom, third, technically third and fourth, but let's just say third, and the other one is in the back. So you only really need to take off the front 3. Once you open up the seat, in here is this is actually what senses your passenger. This is what makes the passenger light go off in your little cluster and your dash. So you take it off, because as you can see, this is the entire harness itself. So once you open up the seat, you take off this harness from your old seat, and again, let's pretend that's the new leather seat that's not in the car right now, and you put this inside of your new seat, and you put the seat back together, and that's that. You just put the seat back in there, and once you do that, you won't have any problems, because these seats are actually mechanical, like how I said. So the only electrical problem you're fixing here is the airbag light in your cluster and the airbag light that you're gonna get on your dash. So you're gonna get an airbag light in here and also in your cluster. In here, I'm not too sure, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too sure if it does light up or not, but I'm pretty sure it will, because obviously the airbag isn't connected. So once you do that, that fixes that issue. And like how I said, the passenger side is actually the harder one. Once you get to the driver's side, same thing, 4 bolts, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and you just slide this back. It feels like it's in the brake, but trust me, it won't. It's forward things, so everything feels like it's in the brake. Same thing, disconnect the harness, just pops right out. And that's pretty much it, honestly, as in terms for hard work. After that, as you can tell, this is my original driver's seat. It's pretty evident that it had a wear and tear. It really wasn't, it was comfortable, I guess you could say, but not the styling I wanted. This harness is off of the new seat, but again, for sakes of argument, let's say that it's from this seat and it's this harness. So once you take off the driver's seat, all you're gonna do is disconnect the harness from the bottom, which is, I believe, on this pin and also on here. So disconnect these 2 pins, and you literally just unplug the harness. The harness is being held in there by a bunch of little push pins like this, because Ford has always loved to, you know, cheap out and use the best materials they can. So you take this harness, you literally put it in your new seat. Everything fits right in, because it's the exact same seat, just obviously different shell, different leather and everything. So once you put the harness on your new seat, the seat's ready to go in there, and everything should work. And just to prove I'm not bullshitting, backwards, front, up, down, lumbar support, and well, the lever's mechanical. Let me get my keys so I can turn it on and show you that I have nothing lit up on my dash. See, everything lights up. I did a cluster swap as well. As you can tell, this is actually a base model. I did a cluster swap and got my mileage corrected. And and everything is off. I've heard some people even tell me that the belt buckles need to be swapped. That's a lie. You don't have to swap any belt buckles at all. As you can see, I know I gotta clean it. It's a little dusty, don't mind that. The car's the daily, so don't come at my neck. As you can see, everything's fine. This car loves to drink through gas, especially after any pulls I do. But I mean, you can't complain when you're boosted. If you're interested on the blower, it's an Edelbrock blower. I won't go too much in detail because you guys came me for the seats. If you care about the car, I'll shoot a video on it later. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Super comfortable compared to those. I actually have a 2014, or my mom has a 2014 V6, which I drive, and every single time I hop in her car, it just shows how aged this interior is. But her seats are cloth, so at least now I have something better, which is the leather seats.